Have you ever set a goal, full of motivation, only to find yourself back at square one a few weeks later? You wanted to get fit, but the gym visits dwindled. You aimed to read more, but the books gathered dust. It's a frustratingly common experience, and it often leads us to believe we just lack willpower or discipline. But what if the reason for our failure isn't about our effort at all? What if it's about something much deeper, something we rarely ever question? The truth is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. This is the hidden force that shapes nearly every decision you make, every action you take, and every habit you form. That's why so many attempts at change are doomed from the start. We try to force new behaviors without first addressing the underlying story of who we believe we are. We're trying to paint a new picture on an old canvas, and the colors just won't stick. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore this powerful connection between your identity and your behavior, and discover how you can finally make lasting change by starting from the inside out. So, what exactly is this identity we're talking about? Simply put, your identity is the collection of beliefs you hold about yourself. It's the story you tell yourself, consciously or unconsciously, about the type of person you are. These beliefs might sound like, I'm not a morning person, I'm just not good with money, I'm an introvert, or I've always been a procrastinator. These aren't just passing thoughts, they are deeply ingrained assumptions that form the core of your self-concept. And here's the crucial part. Your brain loves consistency. It works tirelessly to ensure your actions align with this self-concept. Your behavior automatically follows the script of the story you tell yourself. Think about it. If you believe you are someone who is bad at saving, you will find ways to spend money even when you consciously want to save. You might justify impulse purchases or ignore your budget because that is what a person who is bad at saving does. Your behavior reinforces your identity. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is why our behavior can feel so automatic, almost as if we're on autopilot. We aren't making conscious choices in every moment. Instead, we are acting in a way that is congruent with our perceived identity. The problem arises when this identity, this story, is limiting you. You might genuinely want to become a healthier person, but if your underlying identity is, I'm the type of person who loves junk food and hates exercise, your every action will be a battle against yourself. Your identity is silently steering the ship, and if it's pointed in the wrong direction, no amount of rowing will change your ultimate destination. You're not just fighting a bad habit, you're fighting who you believe you are. This brings us to the power of habits. We often think of habits as isolated actions we repeat, but they are much more than that. Every action you take is like a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you make your bed in the morning, you cast a vote for being an organized person. When you go for a run, you cast a vote for being a healthy person. When you write one page, you cast a vote for being a writer. These small actions, these tiny votes, are how habits reinforce your identity. Each repetition strengthens the belief. The more you perform a habit, the more evidence you gather to support a new or existing identity. This is why habits are so powerful, for better or for worse. A chain smoker who lights up a cigarette isn't just satisfying a nicotine craving. They are casting another vote for I am a smoker. Each puff reinforces that identity, making it harder to quit. The behavior and the identity are locked in a feedback loop. Your identity shapes your actions, and your actions, in turn, solidify your identity. This is why starting small is so effective. Committing to reading just one page a day might not seem like much, but it's a daily vote for I am a reader. Meditating for 1 minute is a vote for I am a calm person. The goal isn't just to perform the action. The goal is to embody the identity associated with it. When you focus on the identity you want to build, the habits that support it become a natural expression of who you are, rather than a chore you have to force yourself to do. The process of building good habits is the process of becoming a new version of yourself. So what happens when you try to adopt a new behavior that clashes with your current identity? This is where we encounter what we can call identity conflict. This is the internal tension that arises when your desired actions don't align with your self-image. It's the reason why so many New Year's resolutions fail by February. Let's say your goal is to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to be more productive. But for years, your identity has been, I'm not a morning person. I need my sleep. The first few days, your motivation might be strong enough to get you out of bed. But soon, your mind will start to resist. Thoughts will pop up like, this isn't you, who are you kidding? You're a night owl, just hit the snooze button. Your brain experiences this as cognitive dissonance. It's a state of mental discomfort caused by holding conflicting beliefs or having your actions contradict your beliefs. The mind craves harmony and will do everything it can to resolve this conflict. And the easiest way to resolve it? Revert to the old behavior that matches the old identity. Hitting the snooze button feels like a relief because it realigns your actions with your long-held belief that you are not a morning person. Your mind rejects actions that don't fit its current self-image because they feel inauthentic. This is a protective mechanism. It's trying to maintain a stable and consistent sense of self. So when you try to force a new behavior without changing the underlying belief, you're essentially starting a civil war within your own mind. And in this battle, the deeply entrenched identity almost always wins. Lasting change is nearly impossible when you're fighting against your own self-concept. This leads us to the most effective path to transformation: identity-based change. Instead of focusing first on what you want to achieve, you focus first on who you wish to become. The process is flipped. You don't start with the outcome, you start with the identity. The goal isn't to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal isn't to write a book. The goal is to become a writer. The goal isn't to lose 20 pounds. The goal is to become a healthy person. This shift in perspective is subtle but profound. When you adopt a new identity first, the behaviors that align with it start to feel natural and effortless. You don't have to convince yourself to go for a run if you see yourself as a runner. That's just what runners do. You don't have to force yourself to choose a salad over fries if you see yourself as a healthy person. That choice becomes a simple reflection of who you are. The internal conflict disappears. Your actions and your identity are in harmony, working together toward the same end. You act differently because you see yourself differently. This approach allows change to stick because it's not just a surface-level adjustment. It's a fundamental shift in your self-perception. You are no longer trying to bolt on a new habit to an old identity. Instead, you are evolving your identity, and your habits naturally evolve with it. The real transformation happens when you stop telling yourself, I'm trying to eat healthy, and start telling yourself, I am a healthy person. So, how do we actively rewrite our identity? How do we change the story we tell ourselves? It's a two-part process: decide and prove. First, you must consciously decide on the type of person you want to be. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be healthy. Define what that means for you. Perhaps it means, I am the type of person who moves my body every day and fuels it with nutritious food. Or instead of, I want to be productive, it could be, I am the type of person who focuses on one task at a time and finishes what I start. This new identity becomes your North Star. Write it down. Say it out loud. Make it tangible. Second, and most importantly, you have to prove it to yourself with small wins. Remember, every action is a vote. Your job is to start casting votes for your new identity. You don't need a landslide victory on day one. You just need a small majority. If you want to be a writer, write one sentence. That's a vote. Tomorrow, write another vote. These small actions are pieces of evidence that you present to your brain. You are effectively saying, see? This is who I am now. I have proof. Over time, as the evidence accumulates, your brain will begin to update its beliefs about you. The old story fades, and the new one takes its place. You don't need anyone else's permission to change your identity. You can choose a new one today. Decide who you want to be, and then prove it to yourself with small, consistent actions. Change the story, and your behavior will follow naturally. The person you want to be is just a few small votes away. Thanks for watching.